あ、こんばんは。沢先生いらっしゃいますか？
はい。聞こえる？聞こえますか？
あ、聞こえます。ありがとう。ありがとうね、今日忙しくて。
いえいえ。さやすなんすかりよ。
あ、よかった。シェア試験は向こうからしていいですか？こっちから。で、それで。どっちがいい？
何ですか？
画面共有。うん、
あ、僕がしてもいいですか？
うん、大丈夫です。ちょっとなんかホストにしないといけないかな。Iza, boleh tolong dibuatkan host untuk Bapak Sawah?
Saya mungkin bisa apa share.
So, 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 so.
Haha,
Bisa,
bisa
bisa.
yo. Mas sudah bisa.
オッケー。ならよかった。
うん。
オッケー。まだ始めてないから。オッケー。オッケー。大丈夫です。まだ、あと、学生さんがまだ、他のクラスがまだ入ってるかもしれないけど。
うん。
まあ、一応、今日、本当にありがとう。みんな、気になるから、沢先生ってどんな方かなって。
ははは。え、普段からオンラインの授業なの？
時々、はい、時々オンライン
あ、うーん。
の科目の、なんだろう。もともとこのクラスが、社会人のクラスだから、
うんうん。
オンラインで、時々例えば、プラクティスがあるとき、で、
うんうん。
やらないといけない話がある。で、今回、クラスだから、その先生。
うん。この、
うん
今日の参加者は、公衆衛生と、
うん。
ミッドワイフ、助
ナーサリ
産師さん、
ー。そう
ナー
そうそう。
サリーと、
うん。13子。13
助
子。
産師、
あ、
美談ね。
美談。美談、美談。
あ、オッケーオッケー。
うん。
うーん。今日授業もう2つしたからさ、こっちで。
ほんと
もう、
忙しいね。
あの、キャッペスカリよ。
うんね。お家
うん、di Universitas よ。
大学すごいね。私今日は会議ばっかりで、一
あ
日会議で。
あ、大変、しぶくね。
まあね。じゃないから。Pak Zainal,うちのディーン先
あ、
生。
Selamat sore.
selamat sore. Nama
Halo,
saya Dwi.
halo Mr. Yuichi Sawa.
Thank you.
Terima kasih. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
Saya
Mr.
senang
Zainal.
sekali.
yeah, betul. Di, what time is it now?
Sekarang,
Malam.
lima, lima, tujuh,違うわ。6 p.m.
Oh yeah,
6 p.m.
No, sorry.
7
7 p.m.
かな？
7 p.m.
yeah.
7 p.m.
Is it earlier uh, at night? At night?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
2 hour earlier かな。
2 hour area.
うん
Yes.
うん。
Bisa 2 時間. Terima kasih Pak Zainal. Hari ini
Okay.
Alhamdulillah kita bisa menghadirkan Dokter Wici dan hari ini akan bergabung dalam kelas ini. Kebetulan semua mata kuliah yang saya ampu yang berkaitan dengan
Yeah,
gerontologi memiliki topik tentang active aging yaitu kebidanan, kemudian publik kesehatan masyarakat S1 dan kesehatan masyarakat S2 gitu.
yeah.
Sehingga mumpung ada ahlinya di sini, エキス
Kesempatan
パー
ya.
トがいるから、今日は
うん。
特別のクラスに入りましょうっていう。
ああ、takut tuh ね。takut sekaliよ。
じゃあ、しないでもうエキスパートだからね。
うん
Dr. Luigi, have you
Hai?
been to Indonesia?
Ya. Saya tinggal di Jogja, 6
Jogja.
bulan.
Oh, iya.
Ya.
Can speak
Apa?
Japanese, eh?
Ya, sedikit aja.
Ah. Ye
Ya.
kabare.
Apa ya?
Ye kabare.
ピエガバレー、お元気ですかっていう日本語、
あ、
ジャワ語で。
ジャワ語
Yes.
マトゥヌーンじゃなくて
ま
Oh,
た、ノ
betul
ア
nulis.
ってい
Thank
う、
you.
Thank you か。
Yes.
あ。
すごい。
え
Arigato.
when did you visit Yogyakarta? Where
えー
you,
とね、ketika saya S3 だから、
Oh, iya.
when the national health insurance starts in
ah,
Indonesia?
2015?
Yeah, maybe around that.
Around 2015. How long?
うんfor 6 months.
For 6
Oh,
months.
iya.
Nice.
What did you find about Jogja?
Saya apa ya? Mahasiswa tukar di Universitas Gadjah Mada.
Oh, iya sih.
Dan saya Saya pergi ke komunitas
Hmm.
kesehatan.
Hmm.
Dan saya fisioterapis jadi
Oh, yes.
apa ya? Ke rumah sakit,
Iya.
komunitas, klinik, komunitas, ya, seperti ini.
You can speak bahasa French ya? Where are you learning
Ya,
from?
sudah lupa banyak kata-kata yo.
Oh, iya.
Sudah lupa banyak kata-kata yo. Kata bawa cerita yo. Masih muda Pak, beliau ini
Iya.
Mr. Sawa ini. Jadi saya bertemu beliau. Itu dake, 2018年かな。
ですかね。
2018 when I was work with Areas project. He's working in GCIA, Japan Corporation International.
Japan International Corporation. No. JCI, Japan Corporation
GCIC
International Agency.
agency. Sorry.
Dr. Shana, you
Yes.
speak Japanese as Japanese, eh?
Really?
As well as Japanese.
Ya.
Yeah.
Ya. Benar.
Watashi wa Indonesia jin desu.
Ah,
Watashi no hata wa
bahasa
akai to
Jepang
shiro
bagus
desu.
ne. Bagus sekali.
Watashi no kutsu wa shiro de akai desu. Okay. Sorry. Watashi no hata wa akai desu. Akai to shiroi desu.
Akai to shiroi.
Yes, akai to shiroi desu, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
great Japanese.
Yeah. Gambir eki wa minami desu. I can speak Japanese.
Kenapa bisa?
I learned from YouTube.
すごい。
orang pintar ne.
すごい。本当に。YouTube まで。
pakai anime?
Anime? Nonton anime, Pak?
Iya, saya pokoknya ditonton aja yang begitu-begitu.
Harus pergi ke Jepang.
Cuman yang susah itu logatnya ya. Kalau misalnya begini nanya, Anata wa Nihon de jin desu ka? Iye, chigaimasu. Watashi wa Indonesia jin desu.
偉い。ね、すごい。
いや。
おばさんもなんか言葉かな。英語、イン
Bagus sekali.
ドネシア語と、あと何語
Jawa語。
ジャワ語。ジャワ語も知ってるね。さ、写真はね、インターネットで探して、すごい。
なんかね、僕共有してないのに、なんで持ってるんかなと思ってびっくりした。
いや、スタッフが探したの。
ありがとう。
澤さんの写真をこの前、トリブリ先生の浜松行った時に、これをこれ出そうと思ったけど、スタッフがこっちの方がいいって て言ってた。あ、本当に。インターナ
全然違
ショナル
う。
ね。
全然いいよ。使ってください。
はいはい、ありがとう。We're still waiting for another students and let's start at 4 sharp. Okay. We are going to have Maghrib
Yeah.
prayer. It is about 5:40 or 5:45. So for the students, if you wish to leave the Zoom meeting and then you can leave earlier and then going back to the class with or without any notification, you just feel free to leave and then going back to the class. And please open your camera to respect our guest speaker because he's also opening his camera and we all of us are opening so that まあインドネシアの学生さんはね、時々カメラがあんま開けず、あんま上げずに、まあ、ずっと聞
う
くだけ。
ちもだよ。
そうだね。私は、ちょっと念のためね、開けた方がいいなと思う。shall we start?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, while waiting for another 50 students, they are maybe
Yes.
on their way home because it is だいたい帰る時間だから。Selamat sore, good evening everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat sore, konbanwa, Ryuichi Sawa Sensei. Thank you for joining us. So I'm so happy for today because we can invite Dr. Richie to join us in this guest lecture program. Yeah, actually our students, especially who supervise under my lecture, we call it gerontology lecture. I allow all of them to join with this class, which is it consists of bachelor degree of public health and then Magister of Public Health and also the midwifery students, Bachelor of Midwifery. And we are so blessed today because we will have a very good guest lecturer from Japan, Dr. Ryuichi Sawa. He's from the Physical Therapy Department of Juntendo University. Correct me if I'm wrong. And first of all, we would like to have a short speech from our dean, Mr. Zainal. Would you please give a short speech to encourage our students and also to welcome Dr. Ryuichi Sawa. Silakan Pak Zainal.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibu Susiana. Good afternoon, everyone, and good evening, Mr. Ryuichi Sawa, PhD. Selamat sore dan salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The distinguished Mr. Ryuichi Sawa, PhD from Physical Therapy Department, Faculty of Health Sciences, Juntendo University, Tokyo, Japan. The distinguished Sensei, Dr. Susiana Nugraha, MN, ladies and gentlemen. It is delightful for me to be here today, attending the international guest lecture on safe and healthy environment supporting active aging, which carried out by the undergraduate program study of public health, Faculty of Health Sciences, University of Respati Indonesia, Jakarta. As the Dean, Faculty of Health Sciences, welcoming all of you to this event. First and foremost, I would like to welcome Mr. Ryuichi Sawa, PhD from Physical Therapy Department, Faculty of Health Sciences, Juntendo University, Tokyo, Japan. Piye kabare, Mr. Ryuichi Sawa? He has been to Yogyakarta for 4 years or for 4 months?
For 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. Okay. Mr. Yoshite, thank you so much. You have taken the time for joining us today and share your knowledge and expertise with us. We are grateful for for the opportunity to learn from you. On this occasion, I would like to appreciate Sensei Dr. Susiana for conducting this event well organized. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic of this guest lecture is Safe and Healthy Environment Supporting Active Aging. It is in line with the vision of Universitas Respati Indonesia to become an internationally recognized entrepreneur and age-friendly university, and gerontology is a compulsory subject to be learned in all program study. In addition, Indonesia is also now facing a demographic transition, especially with increasing of life expectancy and an increasing of elderly population. The population census show that the elderly population in 2010 was 7.6% of the total population. In some provinces, the elderly people have reached more than 10% of the total population. The Ministry of Health projected that the number of elderly people in Indonesia will increase to 13.8% of the total population in 2035. The situation will be a challenge for us now and in the future, especially from health perspective. This guest lecture is very important as it will provide us with valuable insights and information about safe and healthy environment supporting active aging. Finally, thank you all for contributing your valuable time to this event. Please enjoy the guest lecture today and wish you all good health. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Zainal, our beloved Dean. Thank you so much for your motivation to our students. And for students, please feel free to raise your hand or to ask the question after the presentation from Dr. Richie Sawa. So without further ado, Dr. Richie Sawa, would you please share your screen and start your lecture?
Hai.
And the stage is yours.
Terima kasih banyak Pak Zainal dan Ibu Susiana. Dan terima kasih banyak untuk datang ke sini hari ini. Nama saya Ryuichi Sawa dari Jepang. Sekarang saya bekerja di Universitas Juntendo di Jepang. Dan saya fisioterapis dan ketika saya S3 jadi jauh sekali. Tapi ya saya tinggal di Yogyakarta sebagai mahasiswa tekal di Universitas Gadjah Mada. Then from now on in English. Yes. My name is Ryuichi, and today, so I'm a physical therapist, and I heard from the Susiana-san that you, as all the participant, is not the physical therapist. Maybe your expertise is a public health and nurse and midwife. So I want to share what physical therapy is with you, and also I will talk about the Japan's situation and what Japan do to tackle population aging. Okay, I will share the slide. Wait for a while. Can you see the slide, Susiana-san?
はい、見ます。
Okay. Okay. Today's talking title is Safe and Healthy Environment Supporting Active Aging. えーっと、Yes, and today's detailed topic is so there are four pillars in today. The first I will talk about my introduction. Then after that, I will talk about the Japan as an advanced aging society. So as you know, Japan is a super aged society, and the top of the top of the world regarding the aging society. So I will share the situation of Japan and what is the current challenges in Japan. Then after that, I will share with you about the prevention project in Japan. To achieve active aging. And the fourth is it's a kind of the future perspective, a safe and healthy environment. Then this is if you can access this QR code, please open the QR code. You can access the Q&A, the Q&A form. So you can always give me the questions. And I will during this lecture, I will ask you some questions. So please don't hesitate to answer my questions. Please answer the question easily. So the first, this is I will talk about my self-introduction. Yes, as Park Zainal introduced me, so my name is Ryuichi Sawa. I'm PhD and a registered physical therapist in Japan. I'm working at Juntendo University Faculty of Health Science in Japan as an assistant professor. My expertise is health promotion of all the people in the community and for prevention and aging in place in later life. And I have a license of physical therapist, and in the field of physical therapy, my expertise is home visit physical therapy. I will so the first question for the participant is, what is your image, or what do you know about physical therapy? So do you know physical therapy? So please access this QR code and what is so please answer your image of physical therapy. I can. So, Sushana-san, could you
Ini
access?
Hai. Jadi teman-teman tolong menjawab pertanyaan dari Slido ini ya. Jadi apa image teman-teman mengenai physical therapy? これ組みね、ask the first one って書いてあるんですけど、
なんて
QR が。
QR がなんて出ない
QR が出るけど、ask the first one ってここに何も書いてないです。どうしよう。
そこに答えれない
答えれん。ここは type your question って書いてた。
type your question。そうそう、type your question なんだけど、そこに。
そこで書くの？
書き込んでくれた。
はい。すいません。
なんか、
わ、
寿司屋さん、適当に、
え、
なんか一度打ってみてくれる？
はい。
僕の方で見
なんと
れるか？
か書くね。うん、うん。Physical therapy is someone.
あ、
うん。
someone answered. Physical therapy is a kind of therapy that helps the patient to maintain their ergonomic well-being and maintain his or her function in daily living.
うん。
Okay, great.
Okay. Okay. So so please
Yeah,
write down your
yeah,
answer by type your question.
yes, great.
Thank you. Thank
Hmm.
you. Okay. For your information, some of our students are also come from physical therapies.
Really?
Yeah, we have diploma of physical therapy for the three
Okay,
years course. So
okay.
yeah, maybe some of them are working as a physical therapist.
Understand.
Mhm.
Oh, someone answered about the psychotherapy.
Psychotherapy. No. Physical therapy. なんか逆誤解の可能性があるかなね。
Okay.
Okay.
Please answer the
Mhm.
if you know the physical therapy, please answer
Ya.
this.
Pakai bahasa Indonesia juga boleh kok. Ryuji Sensei bisa bahasa Indonesia.
Ya, sedikit ya, bisa.
Sedikit, nggak apa-apa. I'm going to translate it in Japanese. Physical therapy is therapeutic method for treating mental problem. Psychotherapy. Giving treatment. Physical therapy is a healthcare profession that involve evaluation, diagnosis, and prevention. Okay.
Physical therapy is a healthcare profession that involves the evaluation, diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of movement dysfunction pain. Great. Come on.
Come on. Yuk, semuanya yuk. Masukin yuk, jawab yuk. Pakai QR ini, kemudian dijawab pertanyaannya dari slide ini. Oh, baru ada 6 orang yang menjawab. Boleh bahasa Indonesia, boleh. Bahasa Jepang juga boleh. Dikirim nih, boleh Muis.
Ada lagi?
Ada lagi? Ini belum menggambarkan image. Jadi sebenarnya kenapa Sensei menanyakan tentang physical therapy, karena beliau ini engagement-nya banyak tentang bagaimana fall prevention, kemudian artinya kalau fall prevention itu berkaitan dengan bagaimana maintaining physical function dan juga lingkungan yang aman gitu.
Boleh.
Ya.
Okay. Yeah. Bagus. Yeah. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you again. Physical therapy is treatment to help people with injury. Oh, mengembalikan.
Perawatan untuk
Okay.
mengembalikan fungsi gerak tubuh atau kelentaran fisik manusia. Ini dari Susan. So the caring method to return the physical function or their flexibility of the human body.
Yeah.
Ya.
Okay. Yeah.
Oke,
Thank
fisioterapi
you.
adalah ilmu untuk memperbaiki, menstabilkan alat gerak atau fungsi tubuh. It is a science of in how to repair or stabilize limbic function and physical function.
Yes. Yeah. All the answer is correct. Yeah, great answer. Thank you for answering this question. And I will share the definition of physical therapy. This is the definition from World Confederation of Physical Therapy. So the physical therapy is the service provided by physical therapist to, this is a point, or one for the first point, individuals and populations. It's not only the patient, the one patient, but also people living in the community is also our focus. And continue to develop, maintain, and restore maximum movement and functional ability throughout the lifespan. It's not only older people from anak-anak to orang tua. And the service is provided in circumstances where movement and function are threatened by aging, injury, pain, disease, disorder, conditions, and/or environmental factors. This is the second point. Here, aging, injury, pain, disease, disorder, condition, it's it is inside your body. But here, environment factor is outside your body. So physical therapist is a service for both inside your body and outside your body. And with the understanding that functional movement is central to what it means to be healthy. So yeah, as I said, the point is our focus is both individuals and populations. And the second point is the both inside your body and outside your body. 寿司屋さん続けていいかな
はい。
大丈夫Okay. This is the definition of physical therapy. But your answer is great. Please answer. Don't hesitate to answer these questions. Thank you. So, based on the definition, we can think about what is where the physical therapist work. Maybe you imagine that physical therapists work in the hospital. The physical therapist do physical therapy to one patient here, around here. But at the definition of this, from this definition, physical therapist can work in the community around here. And also, maybe in the hospital, the environment is very safe. But the focus of physical therapy is not only the patient's pain or aging or injury or some kind of things, but also the environmental factors and in the community, physical therapists can focus on both inside the body, so like aging, injury, and the environmental factors that like stairs and how they can live longer in the community from the environment perspective. This is the example, example photos that physical therapists work in the community. Here, he is the physical therapist, and these older people, they are living in the community independently. And this is the the photo that he teach the dual task training. Dual task training is moving physically with thinking cognitively. So like, for example, you so right now you are sitting on the chair. So like, please do stepping with number 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, those kind of things. So exercise with thinking. It's effective to cognitively it's effective to improve their cognitive functions. This is the one example. Then the second example, this is me. I teach how older people can exercise in their own home. This is this is a photo during the period of COVID-19. They couldn't see each other in the community frequently. So they stayed all day in their own home. That's why I taught them what they can do in their own home as an exercise like this. And this is another example of the physical therapist working in the community. He's a patient. He's a terminal phase patient. He had a cancer, a bone cancer, and in the hospital he was bedridden. But his motivation, he and his family has had the motivation to come back to back to their own home, and finally he came back to his home, but with cancer. His bone is very fragile, easy to be fractured. So that's why he used these assistive devices like walker, this one, and here attach the handrail here. So these environmental arrangement did the physical therapist. So this is me. I did the environmental arrangement for him to live in his own home. And this is another example. This is this is the bathroom, and here is a stepping, and this patient couldn't step up couldn't step up, so I attached this handrail, and also the lent the chair for bathing. Yeah, so like this is also the example. This is my actually this is my home, and I did for my grandmother. She she stayed in her bedroom all day, but she sometimes went toilet and living room, kitchen, and bathing room. And when I thought about where she walked, here, this corridor was very important to be safe. This one, this photo is the corridor of this corridor, and I attached the handrail like this to make her walk safe and to easily access to toilet and the bathroom and here living room. This is also the one of the field of physical therapy. And the final photo, this is also one of the field of physical therapy. And yeah, he as I said, he had a cancer, and he finally couldn't access to his bathroom. So he needed to use the service to take a bath. but these supportive staff didn't understand his disease and his function. And I taught them, these staff, how toなんていうかな。how is the safe way to taking a bath. So like this. His bed is here, and he took a bath beside the bed like this, with support with many staff. But because since he took a bath beside the bed, he could live in his own home until he passed away. So from now on, I will share the Japan's situation as an advanced aging society with you. So this is the transition of average life expectancy at birth in Japan. This dark gray is the male's average life expectancy at birth, and light gray is female's one. It shows that female is strong. So in 2024, the average life expectancy of female is 87 years old, and that of male is 81 years old. I want to ask you about the average, like what is average life expectancy? Maybe you know, so please answer using this QR code. Maybe that the same, you can access the same page, and please answer what the average life expectancy is. No
Oke,
one, no.
teman-teman boleh ditulis lagi tentang average life expectancy. Jadi menggunakan link QR yang sama, dituliskan apa itu usia harapan hidup rata-rata yang teman-teman ketahui. Harusnya udah belajar ya.
Yeah, this one. The average age that allow the people live in average. Anyone? Ada lagi? The lifespan of average citizens around the area of the country. Ada lagi?
Yuk, ada yang tahu pakai bahasa Indonesia juga boleh. Apa itu usia harapan hidup rata-rata? What is life expectancy? Average life expectancy.
Gitu.
Gitu?
大丈夫かな? Okay. And I will show you the definition from WHO. Here. The average life expectancy refers to the average number of years that a newborn could expect to live if he or she were to pass through life exposed to the sex and age-specific death rates prevailing at the time of his or her birth. Yeah, it's very, how say, yeah, I know it's very difficult definition, but the important thing is in this definition, no expression health is included. So the definition of life expectancy, it's how say it's not include the expression of health.
Mm.
So why? So maybe you know health adjusted life expectancy. Yeah, I call HALE. So it is different between life expectancy and health adjusted life expectancy. So life expectancy, this is at 60, but it's almost the same. Life expectancy at 60 is the average additional number of years a person aged 60 is expected to live. In here, no expression health is included. And on the other hand, health adjusted life expectancy at 60 is the average number of years that a person aged 60 can expect to live in full health by taking into account years lived in less than full health due to disease and or injury. So, yeah. So in this slide, I share the health adjusted life expectancy is includes the health. So what is health? So here I show the definition of health from WHO. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Maybe you know this definition. So from this definition, we can understand the health is very complicated status because there are many aspects, so physical, mental, and social. So it is so we can understand that it is difficult to how say define the health into the simple way. But in Japan, the government show how old is the health adjusted life expectancy. The Japanese government operationally defines the health adjusted life expectancy. Japan's definition of health is here. Health adjusted life expectancy is here. Average period of unrestricted daily living. The important is unrestricted daily living. So I want to ask you, so the unrestricted daily living means live life in one's own way. So I want to ask you, what is live life in one's own way? This so maybe there are no answers. Maybe it's how say it's one by one of you. So please don't hesitate to answer this question. And in Japanese, okay, in English, okay, in Bahasa Indonesia, okay. So please answer this question.
Life, live,
Live life in
live
one's
life
own way.
in one's own way. Live
Mm.
life in one's own way.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm.
Menjalani hidup dengan caranya sendiri. Yuk, ada yang tahu, teman-teman?
Yeah. This is a good answer. Live life, have the autonomy to choose and to be in one's life as one want to. Yeah, it's very good answer.
Live in the way that you want to, accept responsibility for your action and decision without other people's advice or interference.
Mhm. Great answer. We try the best to get our health to the best life in own way.
Our best to get our health the best.
大事。Yeah, this one is also, we live in the way that we want to and accept the responsibility for our actions and the decisions without other people's advice or interference. Yeah, it's very good answer. Ada lagi?
Okay. Live life in one's own life.
Do the best about our life in every aspect. Yes. To become the person who can do the best about our life is very how say related to living life in one's own way.
Pilihan yang dijalani atas apa yang dipikirkan dan yang nyaman. Menjalani hidup dengan caranya sendiri, hidup dengan nilainya. Okay. Live with the value, believe, and what you want. Focus on yourself and get happier.
Yeah.
Embracing individually and making a choice that align with one's personal belief and aspiration.
Live life in one's own way is to be useful and not depending on someone else. Yes, I understand that. Yes, thank you for answering my questions. Yeah, maybe the definition of living life in one's own way, it's how say that maybe I have another definition. Maybe you have, maybe Sushiyama-san have. So yeah, maybe different is okay. So how say operationally, I will define the live life in one's own way. So live life in one's own way. I will how say I will explain live life in one's own way. I will before explain it, I will explain the figure, the bottom figure. This figure is the stage of activities in older adults. The stage, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stages of activities in older adults. And the higher is very complex, the lower is very simple. The first 3 stage is medical needs. That means medical needs like support, functional health, and perception. From this stage, from this stage, it is the life needs. Yeah, this is the life needs. So here, the physically independence means basic ADL. Here is instrumental independence means instrumental ADL, and the upper is situational response and social load. These 4 is life needs and is defined as a functional ability. And here is the basic activities of daily living. So like this, physically independent. Basic, sorry. Basic activities of daily living is skills required to manage one's basic physical needs. This is there are many assessment tools. So today I refer to the Basel Index. In the Basel Index, basic activities of the daily living is defined is defined by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 components. The feeding, bathing, grooming, dressing, toilet use, the control of bowel bladder, and transfer, mobility, and stairs. Maybe you can do these things without any attentions, but because these activities are very basic physical needs. So here, this is the instrumental activities of daily living. The stage is here, instrumental independence. Instrumental activities of daily living means more complex activities related to the ability to live independently in the community. There are also many assessment tools, and today I refer to the Lawton Index. In the Lawton Index, there are 8 components: telephone, shopping, cooking, home maintenance, laundry, driving and transportation, medication management, and financial management. These components are more complex than basic activities of daily living. Maybe you can understand that. So, basic activities of daily living is here. So it's basic physical needs. And here, it's a relatively more complex activities of daily living than basic activities. However, please think about it. If you can do the basic activities of daily living and instrumental activities of a daily living, can you live independently in your community, and can you live in your community without any restriction of daily living? Maybe your answer is no, because human is social animal. We are living in social situation. So basic ADL and instrumental ADL is very important, but it's the base of social role or situation response. And the highest stage, the social role, is very important to satisfy the life needs. So living life in one's own way operationally means the satisfaction of both medical needs and life needs. And it means not only you can do the basic activities and the instrumental activities of daily living, but also you can live socially. So like community with people, community with neighbors, or some kind of things as a community members. And I will back to the health adjusted life expectancy. So Japan the Japanese government defined the health-adjusted life expectancy as average period of unrestricted daily living. And here, this is a trend of life expectancy, and this is the trend of health life expectancy. And this is a male, and this is a female graph. There are huge gap here. So for male in 2019, so around 9 years, the gap is around 9 years. And regarding the female, the gap is further, the 12 years. It's huge. So the government is focusing on how we decrease the gap. So I introduced the functional ability here. Functional ability comprises 4 stages here. And another definition from WHO, functional ability is made up of the intrinsic capacity of the individual, relevant environmental characteristics, and the interactions between them. The important here, the intrinsic capacity and the environmental characteristic, and also the interaction between these two factors is composed the functional ability. So like like this figure. What is intrinsic capacity? It is the composite of all the physical and mental capacity of an individual. And the environmental factors means all the factors in the extrinsic world that form the context of an individual's life. Yeah, from now on, I will explain the population aging in Japan. This is the trends in the population and the percentage of older adults. This bar graph means the number of older people in Japan. And this line is the percentage of older people. So as you can see, older people, the number of older people and the percentage of older people is increasing from 1950 to 2022. But here you can see this one. The number of older people decreased from 2022 to 2023. And the percent of population aged 65 or older is 29.1% right now, 2023. And in Japan, we operationally define older people into 2 categories. One is young old, aged from 65 to 74, and old is people aged older than 75. So what is the difference between young old and old, except for the age? And here, this is another figure of the population aging. In Japan, here, so the percent of old population become higher than that of young old population in 2023. So one of the challenges in Japan is getting older in older people. So like this, percent of old population is higher than that of young old population. So this one is another slide. I will explain the long-term care insurance system in Japan. In Japan, there are 2 national insurance systems. One is a public health insurance system, like like Indonesia has. And another is long-term care insurance system. And the concept of long-term care insurance system is here. There are three basic concepts. One is support for independence. Two is user-oriented. Then the third is social insurance system. And under the long-term care insurance system, older people are certified into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 disability levels. From support level 1, support level 2, until care level 5. And care level 5 means the most severe one. Almost all the people with care level 5 is bedridden. Then, and here, this is the percentage of the people who certified support level. In the young old, the percent is 1.4, but in the old population, the percentage is relatively higher, 8.9%. Regarding the care level, young old is 3.0%. However, old is 23%. It's very high. So this means a percent of older adults needing assistance become higher. This is one of the challenge that Japan tackles right now. This is another challenges tackling Japan tackles right now. So right now, older people who lives alone is increasing. And as you can see, this is this is the estimated trend of older adults living alone. And the gray is male. And green is female. And as you can see, the dark gray is the unmarried male number. So from in 2020, unmarried male older adults living alone is 863. However, in 2050, it's around three times higher than that in 2020. So as you can think about it, if a older male person living alone and unmarried, who can support the person, the male, the man? No family members around him. Maybe community members could do, but in Japan, the community network is not strong. So like Indonesia. So this is a very serious challenges in Japan. So still government needs to think about how to tackle these challenges in Japan. So from now on, I will explain prevention project in Japan. Under the long-term care insurance of Japan, there are many services and projects under long-term care insurance system. There are the 8 pillars: in-home services, in-home long-term care support, community-based services, the facility services like this. For example, here, the red one, rental service for equipment, and rent service for equipment and preventive. This is that I showed earlier. This is a rental service. My grandmother rent the handrail to live in safe in her own home. The long-term care insurance of Japan started from 2000, but at the beginning of the long-term care insurance system, many older people wanted to be certified by long-term care insurance system, because if they got certification, they can easily use these services, and the pay burden, they didn't need to pay fully. So the government, changed the direction of the long-term care insurance system. They decided that the prevention is very important. So from 2006, under the long-term care insurance system of Japan, the public long-term care disability prevention plan started. The aim of this plan is prevention of delaying dependence. It's a secondary prevention. And this is a high-risk approach. So maybe that. Please answer that. What is high-risk approach? I will explain later, but if you know the high-risk approach, please answer this question. Do you know high-risk approach?
High risk approach itu pendekatan pada kelompok risiko tinggi. Pada risiko tinggi. Silahkan dijawab lagi di yang tersedia.
Yeah, okay. I will show you the definition of the high risk approach. Yeah, here maybe I attached the definition of a high risk approach in your, in your document っていうかな、in the appendix of your document. So here, high risk approach is here. This is the figure of high risk approach. This is a population curve, the light gray, and here is a high risk, and the left is lower risk. And high risk approach means approach to people with high risk around here. So to lower the high risk part of the curve. So right now this is the normal curve, and and we approach these population, high risk population, to lower the curve like this dotted line. So in the high risk approach, screening and intervention is very important. So in this plan, public long-term disability prevention plan from 2006, the screening, the plan focus on identifying pre-frail older adults using Kihon checklist. And if the government identified pre-frail or frail older adults, they give the no-cost community prevention program to them. But there were some problems. The first problem is the Kihon checklist was not sufficient to identify people with high risk. And another problem is people who identified as a high risk person did not want to participate in the programs. The participation rate is very low, 0.8%. So the government changed the direction again. That in 2015, from the 2015, the government changed the aim. The aim is prevention of the isolation, the primary prevention. This is the community-based population approach. So again, I want to ask you, what is population approach? Please answer me.
Oke, pertanyaan selanjutnya apa itu population approach, pendekatan pada populasi?
Mungkin tahu ya.
Strategi, oke, strategi
Baik, bagus.
mencapai the health and well-being of the population rather than just individual.
Bagus.
How the people who are well and how to use food.
Okay. Okay. So population approach is here. This is also the population curve. The lighter gray line is a population curve. Then right is high risk and left is low risk. In the population approach, we approach to whole people in the community, or in all the people, not only the high risk one, but also whole people living in the community, to shift the curve to lower risk direction like this. So right now, the light gray is the population curve, but to do population approach, we can have to shift the curve like this dotted line, shift to the lower risk directions. It's a prevention and public health strategies. In this approach, health promotion is very important. And in Japan, in this plan from 2015, Japanese government focused on nutrition, oral function, cognitive function, physical activity, and social participation. Here I show the one. I show a result of our research. This research shows the self-management group exercise extends healthy life expectancy. Here, the black line is the older people who participated in the self-management group exercise. The dotted line shows the control group who didn't participate in the group exercise. During the 2-year follow-up period, there are no differences between two groups, but during the 4-year follow-up period, there are huge differences between two groups to become to incident disability. This means older people who participate in the self-management group exercise had a lower risk of incident disability during the 4-year follow-up period. It means 2 years is not enough, but if the follow-up is longer, so like 4 years or longer, it will show the gap between two groups. And very interestingly, this study divided the participant into the frail status. The left one is a robust group, the pre-frail group, and the right is frail group. Robust group and pre-frail group. There are no differences between older people who participate in the self-management group exercise and those who did not participate in the group. However, on the other hand, older people with frailty and participated in the group exercise can lower their risk of incident disability than those who did not participate in the group. So like this. So this means especially older people with frailty, it is important to participate in self-management group exercise. And for the government or for the community, it is important to create these opportunities especially for frail older people. And from 2020, Japanese government shifted the aim from disability prevention to frailty prevention project. Of course, Japanese government focus on disability prevention project, but the government newly started the public frailty prevention project. You can access these leaflets from the Japanese the government the website into English. So like this. So in this project, the project focused on three topics: nutrition, physical activity, and social participation. Here, social participation. Yeah, maybe this one is from this research. And from now on, I will talk about safe and healthy environment. It's the future perspective, and partially it is my opinion. It's not the government opinion. My opinion. So in later life, uh, I understand prevention is important to improve their functional ability, like this, from dotted line to this light gray line. It's a prevention, but also it is also important to aging in place, which means live with disability. So here again, I show this slide. The Japanese government focus on health promotion. The point is nutrition, oral function, cognitive function, physical activity, social participation. Almost all the target is individual's intrinsic capacity. It's inside your body. But as I explained earlier, functional ability is the interaction between intrinsic capacity and the environmental factors. So, yeah, so as you can imagine, if older people do exercise many times, for example, so like 7 days per week, also like this, maybe they can stay healthy, but at the same time, their age-related declines of physical function, happens in their body. So, they cannot escape the decline of physical function. So, in later life, especially in old or we should take environment factors into consideration to achieve the functional ability. So, this is this is my one of my research topics. Fall down, so like this. Fall is the adverse event especially in older people, and it is easily decline the functional ability of older people. And falls also happens happens from the interaction between intrinsic factors, environmental factors. And here I show the factors associated with falls from the World Falls Guideline published in 2022, and here blue is the intrinsic factor, and red is environmental factor. And yeah, there are many intrinsic factors. I know that, but there are some environmental factors, and as I said, in the old, like age 75 years old or over, for example, balance function declines with his age. Gait function declines with his age. Muscle strength, again, decline with his age. But we can manage the walking aid or footwear to improve their risk of falls. So like this, intrinsic factor will decline with age. However, environmental factors not. This is the result from the scoping review of 4 hazards in the home of older adults and the development of a framework for assessment and interventions. And there are 9, 1, 2, 9, maybe 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 2, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 か。17 risk factors of falls in the home. As you can see, there are many, these factors maybe exist in your own home. For example, in my apartment, it's very cluttered, and there are no grabbers, and there are some calls, and my son sometimes falls down because of the calls. So I think in your apartment, in your calls, in your home, there are some fall risk factors. It's environmental fall risk factors as shown here. And here I show the home environment assessment tool. In the world, there are a variety of many tools is available in the world. However, of those, almost are from European regions. So let's focus on the East and Southeast Asia. There are 22 assessment tools. However, they are almost of them are research specific, and only two tools were evidence based. The two, Home First and this one. And in Japan, there is only one tool we can use. Japanese version of WESA. And this assessment tool is designed to design that expert, so like rehabilitation professionals and a nurse or some kind of health professional use. However, in the hospital, I know there are many experts, so like nurse, rehabilitation professionals like PT, OT, or speech and language therapist. But in the community, there are not so many experts. On the other hand, there are many older people. So almost all older people cannot access this assessment tools because in the community there are not so many experts. So our research group think that we will establish the effective self-assessment tools for assessing environment for hazards. So like our purpose is develop a self-assessment tool for environmental fall hazards. So the first step, establish a pilot version, and the second step is pilot study, And the third step is pilot study 2. And fourth is finalization. This is the procedure of developing the pilot version. I did the literature review, and our research group talked about what hazard is very important in Japanese housing structure. And another professionals and older people participate in the core group to talk about the checklist to finalize. And we established the pilot version of assessment 2. There are 46 items in 12 places like entrance, bathroom, living room, those are some kind of things. And this is the result of cross-sectional analysis. And in Japanese housing structure, average 14 environmental hazards existed in the home. And environment hazards are not associated past fall history. However, the hazard is associated with daily tripping and sleeping, which means if there are many environmental hazards in the home, older people experienced daily many tripping or sleeping in daily life. This is another result of longitudinal analysis, and this which means whether we can predict a fall incident by our assessment tool. This is the result. So this result shows that many the older people who lives in many hazards had 3 times higher risk of fall incident in 6 months than older people who lives without many fall hazards. So from this result, we think that for the old people, it is important to assess environmental hazards. So this is the future research plans. So as I said before, the falls occurred between fall occurs in the interaction between intrinsic factors and extrinsic factors. We developed the assessment tools of environmental hazards, and so the next step is how we assess the physical function, and maybe we can categorize the participant into 4 groups: high risk of physical function and low risk, high risk and high risk, low risk, low risk, low risk, high risk, and who. So if we follow up for 1 year, we can clarify which group is the highest risk, which group has the highest risk of falls. This is the future research plans. And this is the last slide. So in 2020, I was in Indonesia. I visited in Indonesia to follow the community-based physical therapy, especially home-based physical therapy. I saw some patients like this, and maybe as you have learned, the Indonesia is also get older. The population aging has already started. So so I'm not sure the detail of the situation of Indonesia, but maybe the Indonesia will the situation of Indonesia will follow the situation of Japan. So maybe we can share the knowledge or lessons from each other to to achieve the aging in place in later life. So how we can manage these bedridden older people, and also how we can manage to keep older people's active aging. Yeah, let's think about together. Yeah, thank you for the attention, Sushiana-san.
はい、ありがとうございました。Thank you so much, Yuichi sensei. It is very interesting topic that we can discuss all together. So, okay, I think we have several questions on the floor. I'm going to pick up one or some question from you. The first question comes from Anna Farhana. Why the life expectancy between why the life expectancy among female in Japan is higher than the male?
Yeah, very important question. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is maybe one reason. There are many reasons, but in Japan, in that generation, so current older people's generation, men works in the company. On the other hand, women didn't work in the company. They live in the community. It's not the good custom, but it was the usual situation in that generation. However, when the older people quit the job, especially for men, older men did not have the community around their own home. However, older women can access anywhere in around her home っていうかな。So, as I show in the slide, social role or social connection is very important to achieve the functional ability. And from this perspective, older men in the generation cannot achieve the social connection. So they will become like social isolation. It's the one of the risk factor to pass away. So maybe it is one of the reason, I think. Is it the okay?
Okay. Yeah, I hope it can answer her question. Yeah, especially the social connectedness among female older people likely better than the male. I think it is happened in Indonesia too. We have around 4 years gap among male and female older people in the average life expectancy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we still have plenty.
Many
Yeah, you raise your
chat
hand.
on.
Okay. Physiotherapy cost money. Is there special insurance in Japan regarding physiotherapy, especially if physiotherapy has to be done at home?
Okay. First of all, there are no specific insurance system for physical therapy. In Japan, physical therapists can work under the diagnosis of medical doctor.
Okay. What is the specialist, doctor the specialist? I mean, in Indonesia, like we have rehabilitation specialists, doctor rehab.
Doctors, the specific of doctor.
Yes, the specific of the doctor itself.
Any field is okay.
Any
So
field,
as
long as it connected to the physical therapies for their upcoming treatment, isn't it? Like for example, the internists, they can refer to physical therapy if they need any physical therapy, and they will give such referral to the physical therapies, isn't it? Okay, next question. I'm going to pick up the question from the chat first. And this question is from Safitri Pandini. I don't know what class is it. What is Safitri, where are you from? Are you public health or magister or midwifery? Okay, how do the physical environment conditions such as home security and the presence of obstacles affect older people in ability to move independently? Environment conditions such as home security.
I can't understand the meaning of this question. Could you, どこかな?
How the physical environmental condition affect the older people's ability to move independently?
Affect. Okay. For example, as I said, older people, the older people's physical function declines with age. But at the same time, they live longer in their own home for around 30 years or more. So they live their own home without any attention. However, their physical function declines. For example, when they are young, they can step upstairs. However, when their physical function declines, they cannot raise their legs than they expected. So it's a tripping. So like this. So if the patient in front of me is that situation, maybe I will I will add another step of this the step to to lower the one step to minimize them, Is it okay to answer the question?
Okay, I think I think it is about the safety of the environmental and living environment itself. Because if they are have high risks, like they use abandoned rag, they use scatter cable or some other furniture that may increase the risk of slip or trip of the older people. Of course, the older people would not likely to move around by themselves, so that they will likely to have lower physical function, isn't it? So the living environment itself could become the risk factor of declining the physical function, because the living environment not allow the older people to do their own daily activity independently and in safe way, I think. Karena nih, okay, I
maybe
answer your question. Shall we open? Okay.
yeah, two students raise hands.
Yes, two students raise hand. But I'm going to. I'm interested to the question raised by Ainur. The condition of aging population between Japan and Indonesia is very different. It can be shown by the average expectancy of life from the countries. From the environment support in Japan to aging population, from the medical needs until the life needs. If Indonesia want to follow Japan, it needs very big effort from the government and citizen. So I want to ask, what the first step that can be done to support the aging population and make the safe environment to them? Maybe as a general practice or public health student, what we can do. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, very
I
interesting
think she's
and
from
very
public health study program. Okay.
yeah, it's very important things. And that's why our research group tries to develop the self-assessment tools. I think one of the important solution っていうかな is health education. Older people do self-assessment by themselves. To motivate to clean up their homes and to keep their homes safe when they get older っていうかな. So maybe the first step is I'm not sure, but in Indonesia there are no assessment tools like of self-assessment. So the first step is to develop the self-assessment tools, and to assess for environmental for hazards.
Yeah, it's gonna be our research project, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yang mau gabung ikut research project kami, silakan. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, the self-assessment is really important. So the older people and also the family can identify the risk of the potential hazard or the Pak Lukman, boleh tolong di mute kembali? Tolong admin dibantu, ini mengganggu ya. Oke, ya. Okay, then yeah, the self-assessment potential risk are if in occupational health we have job safety analysis, and I think it is very important to assess the living environmental hazard analysis, especially if you have the older people, and also for the student, especially from the public health sector. If you are interested in assessing the environmental risk that may be increase the risk of the older people to falls, please raise your research topic in this issue, because no one do it in the meantime. Okay, thank you, Dr. Richie. So let's call out. Okay, karena Novita Ayu tidak buka kamera, I'm going to get rid of you. So let's go to Novi Anggraini. Come on, Novi, what do you want to ask?
Terima kasih, Ibu Susiana. Thank you, Mr. Richie-san.
Hi.
My name is Novi Anggraini. I'm from Barcelona, student of my midwife. Hello, konbanwa, konnichiwa. Thank you for your great presentation. This can be our knowledge and good opportunity to know about your experience as physical therapist in Japan. Please allow me to ask a question.
Yes.
My question is, what do you think about our physical therapy in Indonesia and how we can improve it to be a better SMS as Japanese do? My question is same as Miss Ainur. So thank you for your explanation and thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, this is same question,
Okay.
similar
Yes.
question, but how to improve the awareness of physical therapy. Okay, for the brief information for you, I think Sawa Sensei, in
Hi.
Indonesia, the physical therapy is normally acknowledged as a side program for the health recovery or health rehabilitation. It is not as good established as what you have in Japan. And like, for example, in Indonesia, the physical therapy study program is very rare, and they are only provided in D3 study program in a very small number of the bachelor study program. As in Japan, you have already the doctoral degree for the physical therapies, magister degree of physical therapy, and even the professor of physical therapies. So, yeah, it is a good point, a good question. And how do you think that we can improve our physical therapy program that to let Indonesian people, especially the older people, understand more about how important the physical therapy.
Okay. Novie-san, thank you for your question. Actually, my wife is midwife. Yeah. And yeah, so thank you for your question. And it's very important. And yeah, that's possible. I don't fully understand the situation with physical therapy in Indonesia. But I'll say, yeah, Indonesia is still young country is compared to Japan, and maybe not so many older people living in the community compared to Japan. So, if the number of older people living in the community increase, there are many older people with disability or with needing some help, some assistance. These population needs support from physical therapist to how say to how say to get inside of society. Older people with disability or needing some assistance usually become socially isolated. But if some support from physical therapy or rehabilitation professional, they can assist to how say to get involved in the social activity of these people. However, in current Indonesia, there are not so many older people like that. So that's why you feel that the concept of physical therapy is still not enough in Indonesia. So yeah, this is my opinion, but yeah, maybe Japanese experience or Japanese lessons learned from our aging society. We can share the experience of physical therapy with Indonesia. How say to not improve to get better how say the quality of physical therapy in Indonesia. Is it okay, Novie-san? 大丈夫かな?
Thank you for explanation, Ryuji-san.
はい。
I think it's a big homework for our Indonesian to be as Japanese do. So thank you for explanation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly what you said. Yeah. We have a lot of older people. In the meantime, we have 30 million older people in our community, but many of them are still in young older people. I mean, it is under 70, 60. I mean, 60 to 70. But in the future, those older people, of course, they will increase their age, and also there are a huge risk of getting disability, especially those who stay in the community. Okay, guys, I think the time is over. It is 10 minutes past from the scheduled time. If you still want to talk, please stay. But if you have another class, you may leave this Zoom meeting for free. And thank you so much, Dr. Ryuchisawa Sensei. You can call him Sensei. いや、リチサワ先生、ありがとうございました。今日本当に、面白い、レクチャーなんです。なんかたくさん質問が出てきたんだけど、なかなか答えられないね。
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah,
I
okay.
recap the question and I'm going to send it to you, and also please give some answer, and I'm going to send it back to the student. And to all the student, please upload your today's summary to the e-learning that we have already made the link to upload the folder to upload your today's summary, with the deadline is tomorrow evening. So tomorrow until 20:59 p.m. Okay. So yeah, you just please point out the important thing of today's lectures, and also please write down what will Indonesia do to at least reach the similar level like what Japan who have already advanced in aging population, and what is the good point of Indonesia have, and what is the good point of Japan have. Of course, we have different backgrounds, so we cannot totally follow Japanese way to treat the older people, but we also have our own local wisdom, our own culture that need to be considered when we are treating our older population. So thank you so much, Sawa Sensei. ありがとうございました。
Terima kasih banyak.
なんか最後のメッセージがメッセージ
Okay.
があれば、
Thank you for coming to my lecture. I'm sorry, my English is not so good, so maybe you cannot fully understand what I want to say. Yes, this September I will visit Indonesia to participate in the international conference, and I hope that I will visit the Lespati Indonesia University
Yes, please.
in
Mbak Iza,
Jakarta.
tolong nanti disiapkan untuk direct lecture-nya, atau kita bisa bareng di komunitas di bulan September.
Yeah. So, I hope I will visit the university and to see you all directly, and foto sama-sama ya.
Sama-sama.
Yeah, thank you for coming to the lecture.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's have a picture for the last time.
Arigato gozaimasu, Ryuichi Sensei.
Nice Japanese.
Good, Dr. Ryuichi.
Thank you.
Dr. Susiana.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Bu Susiana.
Oh, ada Ibu Ulfa. Oke, Mbak Isa udah ngambil fotonya. Terima kasih.
Belum, Bu, mau foto bersama dulu nggak, Bu?
Yes, please.
Ya. Mas Dwi minta tolong di capture ya.
Please give me the big smile.
Oke, Ibu Ulfa barangkali mau menyampaikan sesuatu ke Bapak Ryuichi. We have Dr. Laila Ulfa and also Ibu Iza, who are manage the class very well. Ibu Dr. Laila Ulfa.
Satu, dua, tiga. I just want to thank to Mr. Yuchi, Dr.
Hi.
Yuchi, for this class. It's very nice lecture.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is important material for us. Yeah, maybe we can continue to the next lecture. Thank you so much, Dr. Yuchi and Dr. Susiana. Terima kasih banyak sudah
Thank you so much.
memfasilitasi.
Dr. Ulfa is my boss, actually.
Okay.
No.
He's the head of the magister program for the
No.
public health in our university.
Oh, Ibu
Okay.
Susiana is our lecturer.
Oke, saya punya oleh-oleh dari
Oh,
Jepang.
Oh ya,
Oke.
apa itu?
Okay,
Mm-mm.
Richie Sensei, thank you and see you in September.
Ya.
Mas Dwi sudah difoto?
Sudah? Terima
Halo
kasih.
Mas Dwi. Oke, terima kasih.
Teman-teman yang ingin live silahkan. Feel free.
Terima
follow.
kasih Bu Susiana.
Terima kasih Bu. Arigato Ryuichi Sensei.
Arigato, terima
Ibu
kasih
Ida
banyak.
for the best arrangement for today's lecture.
Sampai jumpa lagi ya.
Thank you
Sampai
very
jumpa
much.
lagi.
Ya,
Arigato.
Arigato.
Terima kasih Bu Susiana ya.
Oke, terima kasih Bu Ulfa.
Sami-sami.
Sibuk.
Dan terima kasih.
はいはい。
みんなが今、マルタ、フォールエクスポって知ってますか？
何、マルタ？
最近、マルタで、フォールエクスポがあったって。サオンが言ってた。
知らない。
シャオン、シンガポールの。
マルタで？
マルタでフォールエクスポだ。Europeanフォールエクスポ。
ああ、フォール、ね。やってる。今やってるね。
そう。面白そう。写真見たらね。
ねえ、ちょっとでも遠いよね。
遠いね。遠い。もう何時間もかかる。
ね、だから、ま
今後バリで。
あ、いいね、バリ。だから、本当にね、9月に行く、園内登録したのよ。その9月のやつは。だから、ジャカルタ経由にすれば行ける？
ジャカルタ経由にした方がいいと思います。
ジャカルタ経由だと、その、レスパティ大学に行けるかな。そう。
例えば、ジャカルタ、なんか、先に行くレスパティ大学。それと、最後に終わったら行く？
先に行くで、そこで、バリに。
kita ngomong.
Apa ya?
Ya, みんなが私たちの話が聞いてる。ごめん。
Tapi pakai bahasa Jepang ya?
そうだね。Bahasa Jepang. Nanti Mbak Iza masih ada ya. Nanti bulan September ya kita akan mudah-mudahan nanti
Ya.
Sensei bisa datang dan nanti kita agendakan untuk direct lecture ke mahasiswa. Dan I hope that our research collaboration will be approved by the Kakeng so that we can continue all together work. And also my own project also I have applied for the government for the National Ministry of Education in Indonesia. It is about the safe environment and also the fall risk prevention for older people. And I'm going to if we win the grant and it's gonna be start on around September, so we can discuss it further. I hope so.
Susiana-san, so will it be possible to visit your research field?
Of course. Let's go. You have to.
Yeah, I want to see the older people that's like how they are healthy or some kind of thing. So I want to visit the research field of your research field.
You're very welcome.
In
Okay,
Jakarta?
let's go with it's better to come to Bandung.
abandon なのね。
You can use なんか新幹線ができたでしょ？
あ、そうなの？
見て。
ね、乗れるね。
新幹線できた。で、その新幹線で行って、30分しかかかんないから、
あ、本当。
バンドンで一泊取って、なんか、that one, I'm going to ask the students to go together with us.
Okay.
Maybe something you can teach them how to do exercise. Okay, so jadi nanti mahasiswa kalau yang tertarik bisa ikut pergi ke lapangan. Kita bisa we can teach the older people. So we can teach the older people to practice how to, like, for example, balance or stability exercise or something else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and instructed by you, and the student will be part of the trainer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy to make plans to visit you.
ありがとうございます。
うん。
長く言ってくださいね。
Yeah, so need to negotiate my boss.
Yes.
うん。
Yeah. Plus, bring your baby.
Yeah, baby ね。Yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
はい。Okay.
So let's keep in
遅くなる
touch.
からね、もう9時になりますね。
そうだね。
ありがとうございました。どうも。
ありがと
また連絡。
う。また連絡し
ありが
ます。
とうござい
バイ
ます。
バイ。
Terima kasih Pak David sudah menunggu sampai selesai. Oke.
Sampai jumpa lagi.
Jumpa.
デイビッド
Boleh di-close,
さん、
Mas.
イ
はい。
タムさん、バイバイ。
ありがとうございました。
バイバイ。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
どうも。はい。Kita leave aja.